Hello there, YouTubers and collectors. This is Salvador Los Angeles, here with my personal video review of Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke action figures made by NECA Real Toys. This is Series 2. And the reason I'm doing this review today is because yesterday, November 6th, 2012, today is November 7th, 2012, was a very special day in history. I'm not talking about the re-election of Barack Obama, although that was cool. I'm talking about the recent measures that were passed within the states of Washington and Colorado, which brought about the decriminalization of marijuana for recreational use, which implies you don't have to feign a back injury or depression in order to receive or ascertain marijuana in those two states. So in honor of that historical event, today, or rather yesterday, November 6, 2012, I will now review two of the largest icons in marijuana culture, and that is Cheech and Chong. Here they are. Now, Cheech comes with his little tutu, a mask, a joint, and a guitar. Chong comes in his superhero outfit, a joint, and a couple of drumsticks. Now, the back of the package is the same on both figures. It says Cheech. It looks like actually Cheech y Chong's. Yeah, so it's not Cheech. Excuse me. Wow. So it's not actually Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. It's Cheech y Chong's Up in Smoke. For the first time ever, Pedro and Man are presented in the classic Alice Bowie costumes. Relive the smoking experience of hearing them perform Earache My Eye live and in concert. Also available is decorative light strand, Pedro and Man head knockers, lunchbox, stoneware stein, and shooter set. Watch for these other exciting products from Cheech y Chong's Up in Smoke. Of course, Y is in Cheech y Chong's. Y is Spanish for end. These are made by NECA of Kenilworth, New Jersey. I hope they're doing fine in that storm out there. So lots of blessings and prayers going out to NECA out there. In honor of the historical moment of the passage of the decriminalization of marijuana usage, particularly for recreational usage, within the states of Washington and Colorado, I present to you Cheech and Chong's NECA Real Toys Series 2 action figures, reviewed by Salvador Los Angeles. Thank you for watching. Alright guys, here's Cheech and Chong out of their package. Cheech, as we all know him, comes with this guitar. Comes with a mask. Got some nice glitter there. Some real nice glitter on that mask. See that shine? And it clips on with a little clip there, right onto the bridge of his nose. A giant joint. You know, you can tell your kids actually it's an ice cream cone, really. But you'll know what it is. The beanie is not removable. He has neck articulation, arm, no elbows, no wrist. Comes with a little tutu, real cloth. Hip articulation. There's some mid-thigh swivel there. And he's got some high on the sock swivel. No ankle swivel. Now the good thing about these figures is they're bigger than your average NECA figure. And therefore they feel kind of strong and sturdy, so I can, you know, if it was a little stuck, I felt confident in doing it, versus if it were a smaller NECA figure, I wouldn't feel confident doing that. Decent looking head sculpt. The mustache helps. They were really detailed on his mustache, because if you ever look at old school Cheech, I believe he was actually born a hair lip and they did surgery, so his mustache doesn't grow over that scar on his upper lip. I think the nose might be a bit wide, but definitely a fun likeness. And yeah, once upon a time, Cheech Marin was in decent physical shape. There's Cheech with his mask. Hand is kind of a little sloppy on the hand. That hand looks nicer. Left hand looks nicer than the right. If anybody walks into the room and sees you watching this, just don't let them see you watching this. Shoes are really nothing exciting. When you mess with his legs enough, he will stand on his own. He holds the guitar and stands up very well. The problem is, then what do you do with the joint? There's really nowhere to put the joint. It would be cool if you could at least put the joint in a little hole in his mouth. That would be cool. Or behind his ear or something, but there's really nothing to do with the joint. So what I'll probably do is see if I can just stick it in there. Roar 714, nice superhero outfit. Check this out. Wow. Again, don't get caught looking at this. That's just, don't. Chong has articulation in the head, in the shoulder. Nothing on the elbow, nothing on the wrist. He has the waist, and he does not have the swivel in the thigh, but he does have ankle. This does not come off. Unless you possibly popped his head off and took that off, this is not coming off. There's no way to undo this, so it has to stay there. I do like that they don't have, like for example, I believe it's the Hare Krishna zombie from I think the Dawn of the Dead NECA series. The glasses, the eyeglasses, I broke them. I just broke them so fast. So these are molded on there, so that's cool with me. He comes with drumsticks. They look more like matchsticks actually, and he comes with a big joint. The joint that he comes with is unlit. It has not been lit. It's a fat joint. Kind of sloppily rolled, if you ask me, but you get it. Oh, look at that. Awesome looking face. I mean, there's no doubt when you see these two that they're Cheech and Chong. I mean, there's no doubt. You'd have to be completely unfamiliar with the characters to not get it. Nice looking sculpt in the hair. Really cool. I really enjoy the hair of the NECA figures. Great job. Shoes a little nondescript. Nothing to write home about. Better job on this hand. Right hand looks better than Cheech's right hand. Left hand looks pretty good. I think overall, aside from Cheech's right hand, they did a pretty good job on the sculpting of these hands. He can't look up, he doesn't look forward, he's just sort of in a semi-crouched position. So if you were to have him on a low shelf, you wouldn't be able to see his face. You would really have to have a figure like this up on a higher shelf so that it can be looking down on you. Otherwise, if he's on a low shelf, you're not going to be able to see him. You'll be looking down on him and he'll be looking down. So that's the only thing I don't like, is that his legs are in a permanently semi-crouched position, poor posture. So essentially there's no way to get this figure to stand up straight, which is a bummer, particularly due to the desire to display. The drumsticks look great and fit great. However, then what do you do with the joint? Again, there's nowhere to put it really. So I think in an instance like this, I just might have to stick it under his arm. I mean, what else are you going to do with it? Because I like to keep the props with the figures, of course. What else are you going to do with it besides that? Icons of marijuana history. And in honor of today's events that have transpired in Colorado and Washington, a big kudos and homage to Cheech and Chong. Oh, by the way, there's the back of the packaging. That's Cheech and Chong being rolled up into a joint. All right, you guys, this has been Salvador Los Angeles reviewing Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke action figures made by NECA Real Toys. This is Series 2. I appreciate you watching. And congratulations to Washington and Colorado. See you next time.